Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Can a person make $5,000 a day on the internet? Claressa told me that she makes $5,000 a day. Is it possible?
I'm making $5,000 a day off of social media. All I do is post myself. And people talking about how unintelligent I am. Just because those who troll me and y'all keep making them lies, I don't have to come on here and fix everything. But one thing people should stop talking about is my relationship.
So you're saying you're making $5,000 a day, but you don't want anyone to talk about your relationship. Could it be that the money you're making on the internet is the reason why that relationship is somewhat holding on? Now, for Claressa to say she's making $5,000 a day off the internet, it had me debating, and now fans are debating whether she's mastered social media better than almost any athlete in boxing today. And that's why I always say, what if she is doing this stuff intentionally and she's outsmarted the millions of us out here who are watching this, I would say, drama just play out in real time? And this is why I try to deep dive into this, because I'm like, yo, maybe maybe he's like, the internet paying today, Claressa. Do your thing. Because if they're making $5,000 a day, they're getting that Wu-Tang cream, cha-ching, ching, dollar bill, y'all. They got more than enough money to get them some fried rice and chicken wings. A Hood Champion will work for some fried rice and chicken wings. This is crazy to me. That's what I'm trying to say. How internet personalities make huge money online. How celebrity status increasing the engagement, I do believe that. But her status could increase engagement. When she goes live, everybody watches. Why controversy creates clicks and cash. And how Claressa just somehow manages to stay viral constantly. That's not by accident, folks. People from every single background, every demographic, from race, age, gender, everyone is sitting here talking about Claressa Shields, and social media seems to be rewarding emotional reactions. So is it helping her? Is it hurting her? Is it helping her? Is it hurting her long-term, short-term? Everybody has an opinion on it, man. But I tell you what, the internet has become bigger than boxing itself, because for Claressa Shields, nobody really talks about the boxing anymore. I try to hold on to the boxing talk, but I'll be honest with you. I mean, she's gone so far left with this social media craziness that we don't know what's going on with her and her next move. I mean, hell, she's still out here mentioning Laila Ali. She clashing with content creators. She talking about her personal relationships. She goes live, and now she seems to be trying to defend herself or to seek validation or convince people that she's beautiful or whatever. She's listening to what people are saying, obviously, but the bottom line is she keeps creating viral moments. But I do think there's a lot of outrage from Claressa Shields in the fact that she's not getting what maybe she was hoping to get from fans. And as a result, that has fueled engagement from her and fans. But at the end of the day, the bottom line, she figured out how to monetize the attention itself. But will the money be worth the long-term damage to her public image and legacy? What the hell does someone have to do to make $5,000 a day online with what Claressa is doing? I don't know if she's doing enough to make that kind of money. I think about some of these people out here who are killing it. I don't know if she's not doing 20 million views a video and 8 million views a video. I don't know. But I'll tell you that, $5,000 a day online, $5,000 a day, that's just not normal. That level of income, that requires huge visibility, a strong audience, controversy or entertainment value, viral engagement, sponsorships, monetized platforms, brand traffic, multiple revenue streams at once. I don't think she has all that. Now, if she's making money from Twitter, from TikTok, from Snapchat, from Instagram, from YouTube, then it could be coming up. I don't know about $5,000 a day still, but it could definitely be coming up to maybe $20,000 a month. But $5,000 a day. Look, most people online never reach this level, man. So if Claressa's making anywhere near that consistently, it means people are watching. But again, how many people are watching and for how long for her to make $5,000 a day? I mean, who's Claressa Shields? Whether people love her or dislike her, I mean, I understand she's become a recognizable name in women's boxing and also starting to become a recognizable name outside of women's boxing. And not necessarily for all the right reasons, but that doesn't matter when you're talking about clicks and views. People want to see who is this controversial figure. People now know about the gold medals, the undisputed championships, crossover popularity, mainstream controversy, and constant internet visibility. So whether they love her or dislike her, this is the reality. You know, she's no longer just a boxer, folks. She's a personality. She's a talking point, a debate topic. She is the definition of virality. And she has become an internet character. You know what I'm saying? She got the shit on lock. And one thing supporters and critics both agree on, people pay attention to Claressa Shields. Which her interviews, people lock in. Because of the craziness that she says and does. Her live streams, people lock in. Because of what she does, what she says, the way she reacts, from eating food, listening to a pastor, to her and Papoose and trying to get that man to kiss her, to give her money, or she trying to go where he's at, relationship drama, all the comments, confidence, emotional reactions, and her willingness to say things most athletes just won't say. Okay, you know the cat got low miles. Yeah, because when I'm training, I'm celibate. I don't have sex, but they know what Papoose, I take care of him. I make sure he's all right. Hey, yo, hold your horses. And let's not take it to the stupid. What you mean you take care of him? Curious minds want to know. Because we were out here trying to figure out, I mean, is something going on in the attic or is something going on in the basement? You see, in many ways, she achieved what many influencers want, constant conversation. That's why we're talking about it. She says wild shit, man. In 2026, many feel Claressa succeeded at one thing completely, and it hasn't been growing her brand of making money hand over fist with endorsement deals and sponsorships, but she's definitely owning attention. And that attention, it could equal money. I mean, even I got to be real about that. Attention could equal money. Social media, man, the internet ain't real. And social media is one of the most toxic places in the world, man. But it rewards engagement. It rewards outrage. It rewards controversy. It rewards debates, emotional reactions, and nonstop posting. That controversy and debates and outrage, that's Claressa Shields, man. The engagement, that's Claressa Shields. Emotional reactions, that's her. Nonstop posting, that's her, man. Every time people repost clips, which everyone does, react to interviews, everyone does, create response videos, everyone does, argue in comment sections, that shit happens all the time, or discuss her online, her visibility grows. And visibility is currency online. I just don't think she's making $5,000 a day. I'm not saying I hope she's not. I'm just saying it's a lot of damn money. The more people talk about you, the more platforms push your content. But that's, you know what, the more I look at this, I just can't do it. Controversy makes more money than peace. I know that, but that's just not my style. Calm professionalism rarely goes viral anymore, but controversy spreads instantly. The internet rewards that bullshit. They like the conflict. They like the emotional moments, shocking moments, relationship drama, disrespect, tension, and mess. They like it. Most people out here who push that, they don't mean 99% of what they say. They're just out here trying to get this Wu-Tang cream. So when Claressa mentions big names, she knows what she's doing. Calling people broke, she knows what she's doing. Arguing with content creators, discussing her relationship. She knows what she's doing. She's out here saying things guaranteed to trend. And that's why I've been saying, like, maybe she knows what she's doing, but she doesn't fully understand the long-term impact. But some say, hell no, I know she doesn't, Hood. You're giving her too much credit. I ain't giving her no credit. I'm just having a conversation. But I tell you what, I try to understand this content machine because that's all this shit is, social media. But a lot of fans are looking and saying, hey, Hood, man, Claressa views social media like a business strategy, man. And that's why he over there and he ain't saying nothing because that little money she make, he like, the internet paying today, he gonna get some of that. She take care of her man, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want. Right? Whatever you want, my man, my man, my man. Every single live stream, every argument, every controversial statement, every emotional reaction. Shit becomes clips, reposts, reaction videos, debates, monetized discussions, viral traffic. The internet becomes a money machine, man. There's money to be made out here, and people keep watching. The reality is people are fascinated by unpredictability. You don't know what you're going to get from Claressa, but one thing you know, you're going to get some viral moments, you know what I mean? Her online presence feels like, it just feels emotional. You could tell the internet's getting to her. I don't care what she says, but maybe she keeps pushing through it because of the money. But the internet is getting to her. She online, you can just see the emotion, the rawness. Then you see when she gets confrontational. She's coming here talking too much of her personal stuff. Then, she's really unfiltered with her words. And, last couple of lives, she's not putting a filter on because people have been going at her about that. So she decided not to do a filter. And then, oh, Lord have mercy. If you want to laugh, get you some popcorn and read the comments. The internet is internet. But the bottom line, it keeps the audience locked in. Even people who claim they dislike her, they watch. They watch it. That's the hidden power of controversy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'll tell you this. I think it has a lot to do with her growing up poor and the never going back mindset. She like, shit. All I got to do is come out here and eat some leafy vegetables and this Puerto Rican fish, this Simone. That's all I got to do. And people are going to watch me. And I'm going to make money off of just turning on my camera and being myself, whether you like me or you don't. Oh, shit, I ain't never going back to being Pope. And I can kind of understand that mindset because many people who grew up struggling financially, they develop a deep fear of ever being broke again. Ever being broke again. Remember, when she fights, she gets paid. When she's not fighting, she's unemployed. And some of y'all may say, well, she got money, Hood. Nah, that doesn't matter. How does she spend that money? You know what I'm saying? What is she doing? What is she doing with that money? We don't know. I'm not saying we should be all in her pocket, but does she have it invested? Does she have her money working for her? Is it growing while she sleeps? I don't know. All we know is what she puts online. Again, that's that validation seeking. Because it just shows the money, spending money on jewelry, on clothes, and Papoose is always wearing something. And this is the thing, just because something is name brand don't mean you should be buying that bullshit. You know what I mean? You can go right there, back in the day, go to Foot Locker, get a white tee, little jeans, or shorts, little sneakers, or boots, or whatever, get your fresh haircut, Jiggy John O, little necklace, watch, bracelet, boom, go out there, and you having more fun than the man that got on the $10,000 outfit. It's how you rock shit. You don't need to be wearing all that name brand shit. That shit is stupid to me. But at the end of the day, when people grow up struggling financially, they don't want to be broke again. And when they discover they can turn attention into money, they push that strategy hard. And when you got somebody on the sidelines, to me, when I think about old Papoose, he probably like, man, you know what? Let her do her thing because he's benefiting too. And some observers believe Claressa may view social media like, I grew up with nothing. I can turn on a camera and I'm making this money instantly. This shit is way too powerful for me to walk away from. I'm not walking away from it. People will watch me do anything. One thing the internet's proven is people will watch personalities they find interesting even during ordinary moments. This shit is crazy. They got these things people do called mukbangs. I was thinking about starting one. They don't even talk. They just put on the camera, look in the camera, eat food and smack. Slurping up the goddamn food. I'm like, is this real? Got people talking, not speaking, arguing, ranting, laughing, eating, venting. I mean, they got people doing this thing, they fart on camera. They don't talk, they just sit there and make fart sounds. Everything is content, and people watching them things got millions of views. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But I'm telling you, Claressa is out here laughing. She like, shit, the views, drama,
Working
virality,
across teams is tough, but Asana,
the views, the drama, the virality, the live streams, man, shit. She understands what she's doing. She's milking virality. And I'm telling you right now, the level of attention she's getting, that shit is rare. And that's why I'm telling you, I think Papoose doesn't mind the chaos. For real. Papoose, Pat. Brr. I just think he doesn't care. I think he's like, you know what? The attention equals money. Let the controversy continue. You know, whatever. As long as I'm still getting something from this and I don't have to do it, whatever. You see? There's a theory behind all this. Is that the viral moments increase traffic. More people paying attention, visibility, more eyes on you, relevance, opportunities, online revenue. But where are the opportunities? Okay, you're making some online money from it, but where are the opportunities? So from this perspective, the chaos itself becomes profitable. Many viewers believe both people involved understand attention pays. Papoose knows that. He's from the hip-hop world. He understands controversy, and even look at his rap lyrics. He's very talented. But some of his lyrics be talking about violence and stuff like that. So he understands talking shit just to get views and to sell records. So Claressa's talking shit to get clicks and views, you know? And that's why big names keep getting mentioned by Claressa Shields and even her team. Even Papoose and Win Records, even Demetrius Salita. You know whose name they always mention it. La 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 la. Certain names repeatedly appear in these conversations because mentioning major celebrities, legends, popular creators, controversial topics creates instant engagement. And it just makes people who create content talk more about you, and it puts attention back on you, which equals currency. The bigger the name, the bigger the reaction. That's why Hood Champion, who really followed her as a boxer but wasn't really talking about anything dramatic on his channel, started to talk about it because she went after a big name, Laila Ali and Muhammad Ali, and it got a reaction out of Hood Champion. And Hood Champion tried to ease up on it, but she kept talking, so he's going to keep talking. And I'm going to start doing about 10 videos a day now because she out here really, when I went back and rewatched that interview, I'm like, yo, she making $5,000 a day? Let me see if I can make $5,000 a day. I'm not going to sell my soul doing the bullshit. I'm going to still be clean and have my sense of humor. But if she out here making $5,000 a day off of us, we should be making $5,000 a day off of her. Everybody keep doing your thing. And I ain't telling nobody how to do it, how not to do it. Do it. Because that's wild, man. You want more clips, more discussions, more views, more money, more people to talk about you? Well, there, here, you got it. And don't get mad because people are doing it, because everyone's going to do it in a different way. Not everybody going to speak nicely. Not everybody going to sit there and try to... Everyone has a different approach. And I'm not saying anyone's approach is wrong. But what I will say, what's wrong is her not understanding the long-term risk of what she's doing. It's just like we talked about the other day, and I mentioned it right now. You got to be very careful out here talking about, you know, sexual things. You know what I'm saying? Let me do something real quick. $5,000 times 7. That's $35,000 a week times 4. That's that's $140,000 in a month times 12. That's 1.68 million a year is what she's trying to make us believe she's making off the internet. I mean, come on now. But that, again, back to the long-term risk. The long-term risk is her talking about these things that, you know, especially sexual shit. 20 years from now, it's going to be out there, man. What man's going to want to sit there and try to be serious with a woman where he can go on the internet and just see all the stuff she talked about, what she was doing with another man? I mean, we know if you meet a woman and she ain't no... I mean, if she's already been deflowered, you kind of know that what you're getting, but you ain't got to hear about it and really think about it and go to the internet and see anything on it. Especially when it would suck for a guy to be talking about it, but when the woman herself is the one talking about it, what man going to want to be with that? So there are a lot of long-term risk and dangerous sides to the internet. The internet never forgets. Viral moments that make money today can become permanent reputational baggage tomorrow. That's what she's dealing with. People remember, young and old and in between, controversial statements, embarrassing moments, oversharing, online drama, emotional interviews, and viral sound bites. It goes nowhere. It's out there forever. So what feels profitable right now is going to hurt legacy later, hurt your life, hurt your peace later. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we're dealing with. Virality becomes bigger than the sport. Some boxing fans feel the social media persona is overshadowing the athlete. I agree. Everyone's talking about the social media drama, and it's not just her. The whole women's boxing, you know, there's some women out there who are representing the sport well, and they're trying to hold on, but Claressa brings a lot of momentum, man. She has a lot of influence. And that's why some of these women are just not getting spoken about a whole lot, because people are talking more about the live streams, the interviews, the drama, the relationships, the internet moments with Claressa, instead of talking about opponents, different fighters, titles, championships, who's training, how they're training, the boxing accomplishments of her and other women. I mean, that's where the concern begins to grow, because the attention doesn't always equal respect for someone like Claressa, and that attention she's getting doesn't equal respect for the other ladies, because people tend to group them all together, which is unfair. Attention and respect are not the same thing. Someone can dominate headlines like Claressa, right? You can dominate headlines, but can you? But I say this: you can dominate the headlines while simultaneously damaging professionalism, public image, sponsor appeal, mainstream opportunities, and your colleagues. This is why I say the money may be good now, but the long-term cost may be enormous. I think it takes a special person to tolerate the disrespect from people just for money. You know, some personalities eventually become comfortable with the controversy, because as long as they're getting paid, they don't care what anyone does or says. That's what they want. They want the drama. Once money becomes attached to chaos, it can become difficult to step away from, especially if it's really easy to come out here and just be full of drama. You know, negative attention can feel rewarding financially, can be rewarding financially, but it creates a dangerous cycle. It provokes reaction. You may be out here saying something about somebody, trying to get a reaction, and they not say anything. And then next thing you know, you out chilling, and now you got somebody who's crazy who runs up on you, and now you got to deal with that. You've heard it before about people on the internet doing like Claressa, trying to go viral, trying to make money, trying to get reactions out of people. And then somebody out here who doesn't understand what's going on, they start taking it personal. And then now you got a bigger problem. Someone trying to kill your ass. That creates a dangerous cycle. Got to be careful provoking reactions, trying to trend online, all because you want to get paid. And then you want to repeat the cycle. At some point in time, something's going to happen. It's just like that guy. What's that guy? Ched the Builder, that idiot. That dude was an idiot, right? Anyone surprised at the position he's in right now? I should do a video on that shit. That dude was an idiot, man. I didn't even know who he was, because y'all know I don't be on the internet like that. I'm from the old school. But I saw it pop up on the damn news today when I was looking to put on the news to see what the weather going to be like for today and this weekend. And I saw that. I was like, who was this guy? Some shit it was everywhere. It kept popping up. And I'm like, Chud the Builder. Then I heard what he was doing. Went to Twitter and typed in his name, and I saw what he was doing. I'm like, yo, this dude is a fool, man. I can't believe he went that long. But anyway, again, the dangerous cycle. Trying to provoke reactions, trending online, getting paid for it, repeat, and now look at where he's at now. Claressa better be careful she don't end up in, she's not doing nothing like this fool. But again, it's the same process. Trying to get reactions, go trending, get paid, then repeat. Excuse me, but she's offended a lot of women, a lot and men, but a lot of women. So whether people support Claressa or criticize her, one thing is undeniable. She understands how the internet works. She understands attention. She understands controversy. Papusu, pat, pat, brrr. He understands all that. Virality, engagement. They get it, man. So the real question becomes, will this strategy strengthen her legacy? Or eventually overshadow everything she's accomplished in boxing? Because social media money comes fast, but public perception can last forever. Who are we going to blame here? Claressa? She a big woman, right? She's 31. At age 31, I was 8 years away from retiring. So no one come tell me, oh, she's just a baby, her champion. Claressa's a baby. You call her big GWOAT. She's really little GWOAT. Don't call her big GWOAT. Shit, she big GWOAT. She big GWOAT. But I also understand when people say, well, she needs some help and she still has this adolescent mindset. Well, okay, she may be, 31 years of age, but mentally, she may not be where she needs to be. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
That's nobody's business.
Okay. I'm glad you. For a couple of things. One, being the thing about college. So we were just talking about that. I said she mentioned something about college, but I don't know. She didn't expound. So you did go to college, but you decided to turn pro as a boxer.
You can look it up.
No, I know you said it.
But you can look it up, like you can look up everything else.
I don't look that stuff up. I don't. This the thing. I don't look that stuff up. We have the live.
You guys don't look up stuff. You just say it.
I let people come on here and talk. And they talk. And obviously some of it got your attention. Now, let me ask you said something else there, man, about the money you're making every day. We've talked about that too. I'm like, she done monetize, she go out here, she getting her money. But let me ask you something about professional and attitude. You don't think you, as someone who wants to motivate and inspire young ladies and women and be a leader in boxing, that the way you conduct yourself is conducive to being a leader? You don't. What do you think about that?
I am 100% a role model and a leader.
Is she a role model? Is she a leader? Is she a role model? Is she a leader? My thing is this: if she's a role model, if she's a leader, why not do some videos about being a role model, about being a leader? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could come out here and easily talk about being a role model and easily talk about being a leader, man. But every now and then some of that comes out of me, you know what I'm saying? But for Claressa Shields, if she's a role model like she says and a leader, let me do something real quick. But if she says she's a role model and leader, why is she giving us all of this viral stuff? Let me tell you something. Claressa can definitely go viral for talking about the things she's doing to be a role model, for talking about the things she's doing to be a leader. I mean, I believe that she may have some of those traits that people would associate with a role model and a leader, especially when it comes to sports. I mean, but she got to understand that, but that doesn't seem like what she wants to talk about. But I tell you what, if she talked about, people would be on here listening. If Claressa decided to come in here and talk about being the first American boxer, male or female, to win consecutive Olympic gold medals, that video would get more views than the shit she's doing. I am telling you. She should come out here and just do it like Conversation with the Champ and just talk about, what it took to get there. Like just don't go on somebody's platform. Just sit there and do your own interview. Go onto the internet and look up 30 questions, 30 interview questions for a champion or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it'll give it to you. And she can sit there and post a question. Okay, what did it take? Okay, well, this is what I did and talk. Then a second question. She'll be surprised how many people come to her live, but she ain't gonna take my advice. Hey, what do I know, right? But I tell you what, she get more views than what she's getting. She'll get more virality than what she's getting. And she would start to attract, she would keep the same audience and start to attract a new audience. But why not go that route? Why not talk about better pay, visibility, respect for women's boxing? But you probably can't talk about respect for women's boxing because you're disrespecting yourself and women's boxing with the way you're carrying on. So she can't talk about that. But if she does, people would still listen. They would, ridicule her, but they would talk about it. Why don't she come on here and talk about her work ethic? Talk about confidence and inspiring young fighters, especially girls from different backgrounds and tough upbringings like her. But the problem is she's gone so left with all the virality and shit. But it's not too late to come out here and change gears. You know what I'm saying? So I think she has the potential to not just seek the dark side of the internet, but to try to bring some mainstream attention to women's boxing through her accomplishments. And I think by doing that, you'll see a different side of her personality, man. But at the same time, leadership and role model status can be debated, man. And when it comes to Claressa Shields, she's outspoken, she's confrontational, she's controversial. People, see her, they see her more arrogant than confident, you know what I mean? Not many people see her as inspirational. Some do, but most people see her just arrogant and disrespectful. And the public feuds and social media arguments, I just think it's affected how people view her professionalism now. But, she did that to herself. I didn't do that to her. She did it to herself. You didn't do it to her. She did it to herself. So overall, before I get up out of here, I just think many boxing fans and fighters view her as someone who could have been a strong leader because of her achievements, the resilience she had to show to get from Flint, Michigan to the point she's at now, and how she had this willingness to speak up for herself and women in combat sports at a point in time. But others just disagree with the aspects of her public behavior, her impact on women's boxing. And they say, at the end of the day, we can't deny that she's a great fighter, but this shit about wanting to make $5,000 a day. And Papoose is there. Papoose, he like the internet paying today, baby. I'm international, like hood champion. Papoose getting all the fried rice and chicken wings. He ain't putting duck sauce on nothing. We ain't ducking this one. Keep doing what you're doing, Claressa. Daddy need new shoes. Daddy need a new Yankees hat. Daddy need new outfits. Keep making that money because we all know I ain't paying nothing for you. I ain't paying nothing for you. Going and talking about I pay all the bills. Don't you say that. Don't you have Uncle Sam looking at my pockets, Pap's pockets, my papkits. The hell out of here. You keep talking and making this money. But at the end of the day, people, 1.68 million a year from social media. If she making that kind of money, why box? You already got 8 million, right? 8 million. They still talking about 8 million. I mean, ridiculous, man. But if she making damn near $2 million a year from the internet, and once the taxes, and the thing is that's her money if she's making that kind of money, if she's really making that, right? Which of course you can only trust it, you can't verify, but I doubt that, right? I mean, all that's her money. What little bit of money she got to pay in taxes, that ain't shit compared to what she has to pay to her whole team per fight with her fight purse. Just sit back and make you a couple million a year. Matter of fact, change up the way you're doing things and incorporate a little bit of positivity and be surprised how much money she'll make. No kidding, she could probably quit, especially if she likes doing it. But anyway, she may have cracked the code. All I know is hood champion to work for them fried rice and chicken wings. You give me 1.68 million a year just to sit here and talk. Shit, that's more than enough for my boys and I to go get some shit from China Hing. I may give up on the fried rice and chicken wings. Focus on that General Tso's chicken and shit. Y'all keep cool. You know what I'm in. Yo, I'm in that breeze.